I need as many people who understand. It's interesting. People talk about Tyler, and I hate to keep bringing this man's name up, but I mean, you know, I just have to. And his comments about Angie. I don't know if you saw, he made comments about the fact that she hadn't gotten X, Y, and Z, A, B, and C, right?
Yeah.
Let's make sure we maintain that momentum of being outraged.
Yeah.
And understand that Angie is one of many.
Yeah.
Who have been neglected by this industry. And if you have the power to get behind those of us who are fighting with two hands tied, hog tied, you ain't got to fight it yourself.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be your charge to run and I'm outraged. I want to find out. Put some charge in the battery of those of us who have been in the and there are plenty of us. Snoop done talked about it. Plies done talked. Plenty of folks done talked about it. So if you have the ability to amplify that conversation, don't take on the role of handling it all yourself. Pull together a group. And if you got a problem with me personally, which I don't know why, but I mean, it could be. A lot of people do that don't know me. But if you have an issue with me, then go to the other people that are not me, who have the same interest and the same commitment, and amplify those messages so we can really be impactful. Don't be performative without anything to show for it.
Yeah. Monique, I mean, she was very outspoken as well.
Yeah, that's my sister.
Everybody kind of tried to paint her into a corner just for telling her own truth.
Of course.
And a lot of times in this industry, it seems like you just can't, you get shamed on you for telling your own truth. So what are we supposed to do? Because you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't.
I mean, I think you're more damned if you don't.
Ooh.
Because Monique is a classic example. That is my sister from another mother. Like, okay, so listen.
Yeah.
Cat. It ain't for everybody. Everybody can't go. Right? People know when someone is telling the truth. Whether or not people want to accept that and embrace that and support that. And you made a point. I want to be clear. I understand why certain people don't speak up. Like, I understand if you are a mom and you trying to feed your kids and you trying to make sure your mortgage, because trust me, I was there. Like, listen, okay, it ain't even that serious for me to make a statement. These people ain't listening, no way. But God said, no. Because I wasn't going from burying my sister to going to the Supreme Court, but I had to.
Yeah.
Because if I didn't, then they would have took my house or tried to. Do you understand? And they're still going to.
Yeah.
Right? We a $1 billion company. What you need my grandson's future for?
Yeah.
Why are you taking my grandson's future after my sister died of brain cancer? When at the beginning of this, she was trying to figure out a way out of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Monique and Kat and Nicci and Jag and people who just speak their truth are invaluable to our community.
Facts.
And they need to be protected at all costs. We need to be protected at all costs. And protection doesn't necessarily have to come in the form of you standing on the front lines with people. Sometimes you can be equally as effective maneuvering. I got plenty of people maneuvering for me that ain't even on social media. Can do this without them. Yeah. Don't get it twisted now. We got some folks in some high places.
Exactly.
Like, we watching everybody.
Yeah.
And I've heard some things that we have to pay attention to.
Okay.
Right? But we can't live in fear.
Facts.
Fear and faith cannot coexist.
During this time, though, Nicci, as a creative, has it stifled your creativity? Because, I mean, at the same time, you know, you
Hell no.
Okay. So what are we looking forward to this
time? Hell to the no. No, she's going to always create some shit.
Okay.
It's just made me a lot smarter about keeping it here. You know, before I was geeked up, I got this.
Yeah, I'm coming with it.
Oh, yeah, we got plenty coming.
Okay.
But I also realized that what I was trying to do is like, act as though I wasn't going through the biggest case in the world and still be doing shit.
Yeah.
So I was kind of half, I'm on stage singing, oh God, I gotta go to hospice to get my sister, and I gotta go take care of it. You know what I'm saying? So it was affecting me creatively.
Yeah.
So I decided that I had to kind of just put these things, finish them up. I've been writing on fire.
Yeah.
Right? The book is coming, scripted series is coming, 2 new docuseries are coming. But now that I'm pursuing this thing at the Supreme Court, and that is the story.
Yeah.
Because as much as people want me to stop talking about P-Valley, it's me talking about P-Valley that keeps me in the algorithm and in the queue. And it is creating an awareness. And because all of these companies are not helping me to amplify this, I have to talk about it all the time.
Exactly.
And I'm going to talk about it until the cows come home.
Come on now.
Listen, Sophia Stewart's still talking about the Matrix. You understand that people still get valuable information from it. Eric Monty is still talking about good times. You feel me? You cannot continue. But this is for Sophia Stewart. This is for Eric Monty. Because here's the thing, Beehive. Pro se, doing it by myself or not, I might be the first independent creative to ever pursue the Supreme Court at this level for copyright. So if my legacy is that took it all the way to the 9 judges.
Exactly.
That is what it is going to be. And I'm clear that there's tons of things going on right now that the Supreme Court has their hands full. You know what I mean? Due process for illegal or immigrants, legal immigrants. You know what I'm saying? So I understand there are much bigger things. But if media and entertainment is one of the number one exports in this country, bringing in tens of billions of dollars annually.
Come on.
Especially here in Atlanta, how it's contributed to this economy. It is a big story when creatives do not get due process. It is a big story when there's abuse of discretion and judges. And I mean no disrespect to any federal judge or district judge or appeals court judge or whatever. I don't mean any disrespect, but as a human being, I have questions about how a judge, just like the Ninth Circuit Judge Kim Wardlaw said, it is hubris for a judge to think that they have the skill and expertise. So you know better than the creative, and you know better than the expert. And you've made a determination that is so serious that it's affecting my grandson, our grandchildren. We have a grandson and a granddaughter. It's affecting their future. You have just taken a family and put us in turmoil. Because you made the decision that you're a writer and you know that that's not what I meant when I wrote that story.
Yeah.
And gay and non-binary are 2 entirely different things. No, they're the same. They're both gender identities. Gay is a gender identity. For you to deny me due process because you've made a determination about gender identity. For you to deny me due process because you don't know that when something translates from a stage to a dramatic series, and here's the thing. I wasn't pitching them a stage play. I was pitching them a dramatic series and left the pilot episode for that. And Katori Hall's play, I can say this. There was no casino takeover. There was no homophobic antagonist. So if you're basing it on a play being turned into a drama series, my play is closer to the drama series than the alleged play that Katori wrote. So compare plays to plays. Don't compare a play to $100 million series. The man that starred said they gave her $100 million for the same beginning, middle, and end. There is a conversation about due process that has to be had. Because if you can just decide it in chambers, why even have trials?
Come on. Lastly, Nicci, if somebody wants to contact you to help out with your fight or to just consult with you.
My name at Gmail, Nicci Gilbert at gmail.com, Nicci Gilbert on Instagram, Nicci Gilbert at Gmail, okay, let me be professional. We're CEO at Gmail. But the way people can really, really help, and we are, so we're claiming that the Supreme Court is going to grant this writ of certiorari. Writ of certiorari means to know for certain.
Yeah.
Right? So we are pro se, could not afford an attorney, but I know my case backwards, forwards, and inside out. And the internet will give you all kinds of clues here and there. But we will be starting a legal defense fund.
Okay.
And anything that does not go towards my legal defense will go towards any other creative who has a legitimate grievance and claim to protect because Beehive, our community thrives in the space of media and sports and entertainment. When we look at all the people who have been able to really build wealth in our community, like really build wealth. There's some real estate folks, science folks, some money folks, but the vast majority of us come from entertainment, media, music, right?
Yeah.
That is a very important civil rights issue to address. How can we? Because you would believe that plaintiffs are always wrong based on how these cases go.
Yeah.
Only 5% of underfunded plaintiffs get to the point of settling something. Only 5, so 95% of the time,
Yeah.
the corporate billionaires are right. 95% of the time,
Yeah.
the corporate billionaires, we would never take anything from anybody. But you got tens of thousands of people. And the story is always the same. I met with this person, pitched them my idea, and gave them my script. But the story is always the same. And it always gets dismissed on summary judgment. It's always lack of substantial similarity. We never have a chance to go through the trial. And that is not okay.
That's right.
And the bottom line is, I'm not trying to make this a race issue, but because so many Black people are so great at writing stories and creating scripts and doing these things, it does become an issue of race because it's impacting our community, and that is how we build wealth. That is our shot. The young brother who wants to rap, the young brother who wants to play ball, the young sister who wants to sing, the young writer who wants to create. That is what we do. That is how we get out of the hole.
Exactly.
And now y'all want to put us back in there and put a manhole cover on and act like that shit didn't exist? No. Guess what? Call me Harriet Slubman. See Dolores Sucker. I have the spirit of my ancestor fighter sisters out there.
Yeah.
With a little Malcolm X on the side.
Well, we are here for it, man. Get down with the movement. Be High Radio. Shout in, nigga. Give a Daniels.
Always talking too much.
No, you good. You are good.